Welcome, adrenaline fans. A suspect rockets past FHP at 100 miles per hour, only to end in a fiery wreck. Trooper Bird delivers a textbook pit to stop a scorched SUV with Little Rock PD, and a blackout-drunk 18-year-old barrels through town, leaving chaos in his wake. Stay tuned. These high-speed police chases are pure madness on the road. At around 6 p.m. on May 29, 2025, Ohio State Patrol Police locked onto a GMC Envoy speeding at 82 miles per hour in a 65 miles per hour zone. When officers signaled to stop, driver Jennifer Wilson refused, veering off the interstate and igniting a tense. Officers battled heavy traffic as the suspect's car weaved dangerously between vehicles. With each lane change, the chase grew more chaotic. Police units worked to box it in, slamming their bumpers alongside and cutting off every avenue of escape.
White female driver, black hair, 40s.
Officers pressed in to box the suspect's vehicle on all sides. Even more striking, the driver locked eyes with the pursuing officers, an unmistakable signal that he saw them and chose to defy their authority. The suspect's vehicle suddenly veered off the road and violently flipped, crashing into the median as thick smoke billowed. Officers immediately rushed in to secure the scene and assess the driver's condition. Despite not wearing a seatbelt, the woman survived but sustained a head injury.
Fire hydrant.
When EMS arrived and officers treated the driver's head wound, they discovered a bottle of liquor in the vehicle, suggesting she may have been intoxicated behind the wheel, which helps explain her reckless driving and panicked decision to flee.
Where are you going? Where?
Her immediate response to the shock was to insist she was fleeing from people chasing me with GPS trackers. In the chaotic aftermath of a high-speed crash, this explanation raises serious questions about the driver's mental state and true motives.
Can't tell if it's minor laceration or more. Sterile dressing? I assume there's some sort of wrap.
The suspect now faces multiple serious charges fleeing from police, reckless driving, and driving under the influence. On December 22, 2024, patrolling eastbound on SR 618 near the I-75SB ramp, an officer spotted a silver Toyota Corolla skid off the curve and rejoin traffic. Lights and siren pulled it to the shoulder only for driver Dajuan D. Smith to hesitate, stomp the gas, and rocket away, igniting a heart-stopping high-speed chase. The suspect recklessly tore southbound on I-75 at over 100 miles per hour before stamping on the brakes and chopping the throttle. The car fishtailed across lanes, weaving diagonally as if utterly out of control. In the end, he peeled off onto Gibsonton Drive via the southbound exit. The suspect peeled west onto Gibsonton Drive, and once his speed dropped enough, officers executed a textbook pit maneuver. The patrol SUV made deliberate contact, nudging him out of the right-hand lane. One trooper then bellowed a firm order to exit the vehicle, warning he'd use force if the suspect didn't comply. When the driver refused to exit, officers reached through the window and pulled him out. As soon as he hit the pavement, they swiftly took him down and secured him in handcuffs. When apprehended, the driver didn't stay silent. Instead, he protested, "I didn't run." A brazen denial, even after being chased by dozens of officers. The driver, identified as Smith, was swiftly taken into custody on charges of driving under the influence, fleeing to evade arrest, and resisting law enforcement.
What? Yeah, I'm not gonna pull it. No drugs, no nothing on me, bro.
Down on the right, just cross. South on Schiller, going east on 19th.
On August 14, 2021, under the cloak of darkness, officers spotted an SUV prowling with its headlights off. The moment they signaled to pull over, the driver slammed the accelerator and tore off, igniting a high-stakes street chase. The suspect's vehicle tore down the highway in reckless defiance of every pit maneuver and roadblock, slamming through gaps and accelerating away. With each desperate swerve, the chase ratcheted up, turning into a do-or-die battle of speed and survival.
We're still going to be westbound on
The black SUV exited the highway and tore through city streets, weaving recklessly at high speeds. Officers attempted a pit maneuver to slow it down, but the attempt was unsuccessful.
South on Schiller crossing 19th, going east on 19th. On 19th crossing Summit.
The SUV tore off at breakneck speed, but moments later it smashed into a signpost and clipped a parked white car. The impact flipped it onto its side, ending the dangerous chase. Officers jumped out, weapons drawn, and moved in to arrest the suspect. Finally, dispatch confirmed the suspects were in custody and the area was secure.
We're over here.
The suspect now faces multiple charges related to their reckless behavior and attempts to evade police.
Stand on, we'll take you into custody.
On September 25, 2024, Pleasant Prairie officers were alerted that a vehicle had ignored another agency's stop order and barreled into their jurisdiction at about 80 miles per hour. Sensing imminent danger, they switched on lights and sirens, ready to seize control of the high-stakes situation.
These are about daily low level of traffic, approaching 97. Still southbound. I'll be number one right behind us. These are 68, medium traffic. So you want to take count? Nope, stay your lane. 13, we're still southbound freeway. Approaching 155. 1 still southbound.
Police units worked in tandem to box in the suspect's vehicle, aiming to end the perilous escape under control. Yet the driver refused to back down. As he barreled southbound, the car lurched violently over a spike strip, thick plumes of smoke erupting from shredded tires. While keeping close to the suspect, one patrol car inadvertently drove over the stop sticks, temporarily hampering their chase. Despite the blown tire and rough road conditions, officers pressed on without hesitation.
Headquarters to 790, you said, sir. Headquarters, 790.
How was the one? Came out of the bike.
Yeah, one of our squads were.
Police units moved in to box the suspect's vehicle. In the chaos, the driver lost control and crashed into a patrol car, bringing the chase to an end. The car lost control and crashed onto the grassy shoulder at the forest's edge. The suspect jumped out and fled into the dense woods. Officers immediately gave chase on foot to apprehend him.
We're gonna get medics to check you out.
On August 23, 2022, officers rushed to an apartment complex after an assault report. A neighbor told dispatch that a father and his daughter were locked in a fierce argument that quickly turned physical.
That's fine. Can you just put them both down?
Third one in her bag.
You just put that in your pocket.
So
Hang up with
the
them.
law officer is trying to say that
Sir,
I
just
need
wait right there
to,
for a
like,
second.
put it in my pocket and hang it up. I'm gonna phone 911.
You can hang up. Do you need medical attention at all?
No.
Do you have any cuts or anything on you? No.
He's abusive.
Okay.
And he's trying to sit there and cameras our mind so he can get away with abusing me, but my face hurts from him punching me in it.
I haven't
Okay.
touched her.
Listen, we aren't gonna argue right now. Just wait right there for a second.
We're down to get her off.
He threw me down and
What happened was
I'm gonna stand under here.
she came back from the beach. She went to the beach today with a friend.
All right.
I thought intoxicated.
You guys live in 1033?
no,
Who lives over there?
his friend.
So you don't live there?
No, I don't even know who lives there. He doesn't tell me.
That's not what I'm talking about. I said, I just don't want you to grab the puppy like that. And then she just explodes.
You just noticed her car is here and there's a giant dent in it.
Oh, alright. I just want to make sure she's alive.
Like, figure it out.
Natural injuries.
When officers arrived, they were met by 18-year-old Katrina, who claimed self-defense, accusing her father of brutally assaulting her. She insisted she fought back only after he allegedly dragged her out of the apartment.
talk to her. I need them.
And it's been up and down for a long time. Mother had give her, kicked her out. I've had her for the last year. We always have these problems.
I'm guessing. Can you please check? Katrina, I have to talk to you about what happened. I'm on the phone with my mom. I need to talk to you. I'm on the phone with my mom.
In a separate turn of events, the father told officers that Katrina, heavily intoxicated, had been abusing their puppy before suddenly attacking him. He showed the police clear bite marks and multiple serious injuries, insisting he only pushed her away in self-defense and to stop the assault.
These are bite marks. She literally had me bitten, and I had to kind of bounce her down on the bed to get her off me. And then I tried to get away, and she kept coming at me, screaming.
Okay, I can't ask you any questions until I read you this.
Okay, read it. Lies. I promise.
We'll get to that in just a second. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court.
Hey, because he's...
Officers meticulously pieced together the shards of truth, carefully documenting the father's visible injuries. After weighing both accounts and the evidence, they read Katrina her rights and arrested her on assault charges. Number 34. Even in handcuffs, she slammed her father's claims, calling him a liar and an abuser.
Okay.
All right, Katrina. So I'm gonna be upfront with you, okay? Based on the investigation, I'm gonna put you under arrest for aggravated battery. So I need you to turn around and put your hands behind your back. Say it like that for me, okay? I'll be able to explain anything that you need explaining.
You haven't really actually talked to him.
We did talk to him.
He's a liar.
It's based on the totality of the circumstances, based on the injuries that he has and the stories that he's saying, the events. His story is okay. Okay, that's what you think.
Probably in the last 2 months, 6 of them.
Don't believe him, he lies. Don't believe him, he's a liar. He's a liar. He's a liar.
What's your name?
He lies and he beats women, and I watch him beat my mom with my own.
And everything I'm gonna put in the...
I watch him beat my mom.
Very good. I watch him beat my mom. You ready? Come on.
In a strange twist, the family's 2-month-old golden labradoodle briefly vanished from the apartment, setting off panic. Thankfully, the puppy was found safe shortly after.
So I'm not sure if we're...
On January 17, 2021, on the overpass of State Route 54, a Georgia State Patrol trooper signaled a vehicle clocked at 89 miles per hour to pull over. Ignoring the command, the driver slammed the gas, and a white-knuckle pursuit was underway. The vehicle seemed to slow as if to pull onto the shoulder but didn't stop. Instead, it turned onto the median, forcing another driver into the emergency lane. Then it hit the gas, shooting off at over 100 miles per hour and leaving the patrol car far behind. The SUV tore down the interstate at a reckless 101 to 102 miles per hour, putting every life around it at risk. The driver refused to pull over and kept flooring it, so the officer unleashed a decisive pit maneuver, sending the vehicle spinning onto the right shoulder of I-85, about half a mile past mile marker 32, and finally ending the chase.
Get out of the vehicle, on the ground! Out of the vehicle, get on the ground! All the way on the ground!
After the vehicle was boxed in, the officer ordered everyone to step out. The driver, visibly annoyed, insisted he didn't see any police and blamed the officer for ramming his car.
Come on!
claiming he was under pressure and rushing someone to the airport rings hollow when you're speeding recklessly. The officer then read him his Miranda rights and notified him he was charged with felony evading and reckless driving. The EMS team arrived on scene. Paramedics paused to treat the injured passenger, then, given the severity of his actions, transported him to the Troup County Jail. A suspect blasts past FHP at over 100 miles per hour, only to crash in dramatic fashion. Trooper Bird joins a high-stakes pursuit, executing a flawless pit that helps end a chase through Little Rock. An 18-year-old blackout drunk unleashes chaos behind the wheel, and a teen caught speeding by GSP shrugs, claiming he's never seen a cop until the ticket hits. These aren't just wild rides, they're life-changing moments. Fast decisions can carry slow consequences. Obey the law. Drive like your future depends on it, because one reckless choice can end everything.